how did you even begin to like think about investigating this, and how, like, just give us an overview of it, I guess.
Kodak Black's artist posted some shit saying Boston Richie was snitching. I forget if it was like a piece of paper or what exactly it was, but I reposted it. Like, y'all know I'm finna look into this. And then Boston Richie hit me up. So he DM'd me. He was like, yeah, look it up, this and that, da-da-da. I found some shit, and I hit him back, like, what is this?
Right.
And then, you know, he had his version of events. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm talking to his brother, his cousin manager, whoever the fuck it is. And then, all right, we're going to put it out. So the paperwork came out, then the video came out.
Right. And so how long do you have to wait for the video?
I forget. It'd be like a week, 2 weeks.
It's pretty wild when, like, Boston Richie, who's like a very poppin' rapper at the time with Future and all that, where he is eager to tap in with you and to have the conversation about, you know, the shit before anything even really comes out.
But there's a lot of rappers that do that. I talked to Finesse2Tymes on the phone weeks before that shit came out.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what he told me? My people gonna rock with me, right or wrong. All right. He didn't want to talk, because I told, like, look, somebody in your city says he knows you, says you're trying to pay him off not to expose you.
Right.
Says he got the paperwork on you. Do you know who this is? Because I'm going to reach out and try to find, maybe he's a rat. I'm going to look into him.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I don't want to say nothing because, you know, if he trip and fall, they're going to say that I had something to do with it. All right, understandable. But my people going to rock with me, right or wrong. All right.
Yeah, because if they say that, it sounds like a distraction.
Yeah, there
right?
shouldn't be a wrong. So it's like,
yeah, because your people have every reason to keep rocking with you regardless of if they feel like you fucked up or not, because you are beneficial to them in their situation in life right now, right?
You got all the money.
Yeah. Okay, but just refresh some of the people's memories with the Boston Richie thing. Is basically the footage came out. It's like the cops just really peppering him with a shitload of different questions, just trying to get information about a shooting that involved, what, like a family member of his or something?
Yeah, I think his cousin got killed.
Right. And so they're just asking him for information. But what leverage did they have that we know of for him to even speak on that? Like, why was he in there offering up information anyway, right?
I don't know, because I don't think he was, I don't know if he was there or not. I forget all the details exactly. But that was just the one case, though. So there was that case where he was in communication with that, and, you know, he went to the homicide investigator's office and was giving up all the information and named mad people. He said the names were fake. But then I started looking into his dead cousin, and I say that respectfully. I don't be dissing the dead and all that shit.
Right.
But the people that he was naming was friends with his dead cousin on Facebook, and he's saying he's giving the police fake names. But then I found another case with a stolen car, and in that situation, he told the police, yeah, my co-defendants knew it was stolen, and they ended up getting arrested. One of the co-defendants reached out to me and was like, yeah, he told on me, but you know how the city go. People ain't going to care, whatever. He's DMing me all this shit. And then he goes on Say Cheese and does an interview saying, no, he ain't tell. So, you know how that shit goes.
Yeah, I mean, so you overall think that justification that Boston Richie had, where he was saying that he was just giving them fake names, that was bullshit?
I wouldn't give a fuck what justification he got, because he used to be claiming some shit. Now he ain't claiming that shit. Right. And I'm the reason he ain't claiming that shit.
Claiming a gang thing?
Yeah, it's all in his lyrics.
Really?
So...
Because it's
what other fucking justification do we need? If you ain't that no more, that's enough.
Because we know that like Future and all them kind of took him off that tour, and we haven't seen them together.
I don't know what the history of that was, because he said he took himself off. That he needed a mental break or whatever. That's what he said. Apparently, I don't know what the truth is behind that situation. All I know is I don't need any other fucking justification. Right. Because you ain't throwing that shit up anymore. So if you get dubbed out your set or dubbed out your hood, that's enough to, you know what I mean? And that's the shit behind the scenes that, you know, but that's how the shit goes. Because he told academics, we know mutual people. We do. And there's a reason it didn't get handled in that mutual way. He never wanted to link me. He didn't want to go that route.
But did you have anybody putting pressure on you to not speak about him in a certain way as a result of you knowing people in real life and shit?
No. How y'all gonna put pressure on me about a rat? Fuck, that works. Y'all rocking up about that?
Yeah, that would be a pretty weird thing for them to.
We gonna stand on business.
Be applying pressure about.
This sounds pretty fucking stupid, right?
Yeah.
They might feel maybe they were getting broke off on some bread and they're mad about that. All right, break me off on some bread. Right. Fuck you mean?
Wow, that's interesting. So
it's a crazy world.
You think he's really down to fuck his cousin?
His country ass, probably. The fuck. Most likely, shit. You ever been to Tallahassee? I
have, yeah.
I ain't dissing Tallahassee, but the only fucking time I've been there was either getting transferred to a prison or going to pick somebody up from a prison.
Right.
That shit's country.
Yeah.
As fuck.
Right.
This is where like the Klan is, like the KKK. That shit's still out there.
Right.
You go to North Florida, it's a different world, bro.
Isn't Tallahassee where there's like hip hop fish and chips?
I don't know.
And I think it's like DJ Khaled's
All I
owns it
know
or his
about
uncle owns
Tallahassee is
it.
T-Pain.
Oh yeah.
Other than that,
I just remember going there in my BMX days and having some good times out there. But so for the record, 1090 Jake is anti-fucking your cousin?
yeah.
I always wonder because I never had a cousin who was hot enough to even think about it.
Yeah. I think you got enough bullshit on your name to just avoid that whole topic.
You think that would make shit worse for me?
The blog start going crazy, talking about, oh no, he did have a third cousin. He tried to fuck one time. That shit's just gonna.
My whole thing is like, if you don't know him when you're little, like if you know him when you're 5, yeah, that's weird. If you just like run into him as an adult, I don't know. Like if my cousin was feeling me, I might go for it.
Just say you listen to Boston Richie if you trying to justify his cousin fucking, you know?
Amazing. So okay, but with the Boston Richie thing, like, has it been surprising to you to see that people are kind of like still embracing him? It still feels like his fan base is fairly solid, right?
Bro, that's the thing is like you gonna have certain people that do, you gonna have certain people that don't. I don't really give a fuck either way. It's not like I'm doing it to end somebody's career. It's like, look, this makes money. This makes me money.
Right.
This is business. Business is booming. So it is what the fuck it is. I don't care if you stop rapping. I'm not listening to that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fuck, I was listening to him before I found that out.
Right.
But now it doesn't hit the same. You know? So I'm not telling people you should feel like this or shouldn't feel like this. But then again, it's the influence. Know who you're listening to. Know who you're trying to be like. You know what I mean? Like, they said Future doesn't do drugs. Did you ever hear that?
Well, he in an interview said that he doesn't do drugs to the extent that he says that he does drugs in his lyrics,
But
which to me means
motherfuckers will do heavy drugs listening to his music.
myself included.
So that's what I mean.
Not
Motherfuckers
currently,
will
but-
do gangster shit listening to gangster music.
Right.
And then come to find out the gangster you thought was a gangster is not.
Right.
So it's just like,